This year I've made a very ambitious goal to read 52 books in 52 weeks. So, I've thought of this thing where I'm like, why don't we make a book club? Because I don't think anyone's going to invite me to their book club in real life. So, does anyone want to be part of my book club? We'll just read books all year and we'll like debrief and we'll just have some fun. I don't know. I think it'd be very, very cute, and also we can just, you know what I mean? Just read.
So my favorite book club book that we all read this year was definitely The Song of Achilles. I also really loved Shadow and Bone and The Seven Husbands of Evelyn Hugo. This book club has been great. I found it at the perfect time. I've met so many cool people and had the opportunity to meet some of them in real life in California and in New York, so that's awesome. So many good book recommendations from people. I've read over 150 books this year because of that, so thank you to everybody.
Hi, my name is Blaine. I live in the US, and this book club was amazing because I was able to connect with people about the books and my experience while reading them. Thank you.
My favourite book I've read this year has to be Trevor Noah Born a Crime, purely because I don't usually gravitate towards non-fiction books, and when I read it, I found it so funny. I learnt so much, and I think I probably experienced every emotion under the sun when reading it.
Hi, I'm Leah and I'm from Germany, and one of my favorite books this year next to The Song of Achilles and It Ends With Us was the book Lore by Alexandra Bracken, which is because I'm a sucker for the Greek mythology. And as a favorite quote I chose, "Take heart and don't be discouraged, everything will come to you in time," which I really liked and which made me think a bit. And I just want to say thank you to all the nice and lovely people I met because of the book club and who are now friends.
So my favorite book of the year from the book club is You and Me on Vacation. This is the first book that I read in the book club with all of you guys, and you will always remember your first. Thank you, book club, this year for getting me through the lockdown, a really hard period of time, but thank you so much.
Book club this year has been probably the greatest gift 2021 could have given me. I have enjoyed every moment of talking to people about the books that I loved, the books that I hated, and the books that I hadn't decided what I thought before I heard what other people thought. I've read some of the books this year that will become my all-time favorites and recommended books to people that have got them back into reading, all as a result of book club. So I can't thank you enough for that. I was trying to decide what my favorite of the year were, and I was really struggling because so many of them have been so excellent. I think this one, for me, takes the cake. This was one of the most beautiful books I have ever read in my entire life, and I laughed and I cried and I just thought it was absolutely wonderful. But I really also could not go past The Seven Husbands of Evelyn Hugo, a book which I was really pleasantly surprised by and enjoyed way more than I thought I would. This book touched me in ways I didn't think was possible from a story about a woman in Hollywood. Every book that we've read this year has been an absolute joy. I look forward to so many more next year and so many more wonderful reads and wonderful discussions about goodness knows what. I've learnt more than I could have asked for this year by reading with you guys, and it's been an absolute joy to get to know everybody. Looking forward to 2022.
For me, has honestly been one of the best things to come out of 2021. It's really reignited my love of reading again, and it's brought some amazing new people into my life that I'm truly grateful to have met. We've read so many books together this year, some definitely better than others. The one that I have picked out as my favourite book of the year, though, it's going to be The Invisible Life of Addie LaRue. Thanks, Jayden, for creating this space for us where we can just come together and nerd out over something that we love. I can't wait to keep reading with you guys next year.
In January, I saw a TikTok about someone starting a book club. Our first book was The Alchemist, and if you've ever read The Alchemist, it is very much a book about fulfilling your destiny, finding your place in the world. And right off the bat, that book club meeting, everyone was so honest and forthcoming, and it was a great experience, and I remember tearing up a little bit. And because of that meeting, it became a part of my weekly routine in the first half of the year. And quickly friendships were formed, and now I have people that I talk to every day about books and book club. And Jayden's original draw-in of reading 52 books in a year, that started out being the perfect schedule and motivator and having a group to push me forward. And now I'm approaching 200 books. Going from a girl last year who barely read at all to almost 200. I never would have believed it, and it's a huge part of this community and everyone I've met. I just can't harp enough like how kind the people I've met have been, and I've even met up with one of them. And so yeah, this book club changed my whole year, and I recommend so many of the books we've read to people and just the whole experience as a whole. So thanks everyone.
I've met so many great people this year through book club. We've laughed together, cried together, debated a lot, and gone on so many adventures, and I can gladly say that some of them are now friends. And yeah, it's been a great year. Obviously a huge shout out to Jayden for connecting so many people with the same interests of TikTok and books. And lastly, I should mention my favourite book this year was The Invisible Life of Addie LaRue.
Hi, I'm Jess. I have absolutely loved being a part of the book club this year. It's honestly something I look forward to every single month or week. And I think my favourite book we read this year was The Love Hypothesis, but my favourite discussion was when we discussed Red, White and Royal Blue. I think that one went on for like a good few hours, and it was just so much fun. So I can't wait for more books and more discussions next year.
There are no words to describe how incredible book club has been this year. When I saw Jayden's TikTok in January, immediately there was just something that pulled me and was like, just go do it. What else you got going on? And then I joined that first call with The Alchemist, and it was the most inviting and warm place that I have been in a long time. And I knew from that moment on, I would continue book club. I've made some amazing friends. I have read some incredible books. We've learned so much together, and we've cried together, we've laughed together, and we definitely all have the same book boyfriends together. It is a huge toss-up what my favorite book this year was. Alchemist, of course, has to make the list. That book will forever change my life, and I will continue to read it going forward. Invisible Life of Addie LaRue was one that I absolutely loved. It was so beautiful, but my favorite book this year is It Ends With Us. It completely broke me and helped put me back together at the same time. And my quote from there is, "Imagine all the people you meet in your life. There are so many. They come in like waves, trickling in and out with the tide. Some waves are bigger and make more of an impact than others. Sometimes the waves bring with them things from deep in the bottom of the sea, and they leave those things tossed onto the shore. Imprints against the grains of sand that prove the waves had once been there long after the tide recedes. You guys are all the waves. Every single one of you who's come to a book club meeting, everyone we've talked to online or in the Discord chat, you guys will leave your imprints on me forever. So thank you for an incredible year, and I can't wait for 2022.
I've kind of been procrastinating this just because it makes me a bit emotional how far the book club's come since January. But I'd say, to answer the questions, my favourite book of the year is The Alchemist. A close second is A Court of Mist and Fury. But my favourite quote comes from The Alchemist, and it is, "And when you want something, all the universe conspires in helping you to achieve it." And I think that's just such a beautiful way of thinking about life. My favourite memory, or I guess thing, that has come from the book club is honestly meeting so many of you, both in person and over the internet. And I hope I get to meet a lot of you in the world. But it makes me so incredibly grateful that you've all been on this journey and that you've made friends and found a community just as I have, and I'm so incredibly grateful for you all. So yeah, I don't know. I'm just very, very grateful, and I cannot wait to continue reading with you all, and yeah, hopefully giving you some hugs in real life soon.